So this is China back, and I am starting a vlog today. I was working on my business plan. So when you're building this business plan, you want to have your operating agreement, articles and organization, and you want to write them down. And I would say don't be intimidated by starting your own business plan. It seems really, really complicated. And if you're needing some $1 million loans, it probably will be. But if you're just like me, or you're starting something small and you're not really needing a whole lot of other people to invest, then a business plan is just a guideline for you and for your potential employees or contractors or people that you're working with. And it's definitely something that you can just write down and refer back to. So you definitely should do it. It's great to stay organized. Agreements. So we're going to go over that. Sometimes you may hear the word bylaws. Is just an operating agreement, but for a corporation. So don't be intimidated by that or either. So some of the things you also want to worry about is getting your licenses, tax license, business license, any other licenses that you need to operate in the capacity that you're trying to. Also, you want to worry about not worry, but you just want to make sure you do get insurance, general liability, workers' comp, malpractice insurance, whatever it is that you're going to require for the industry that you're working in, and initial resolution. So today I put some finishing touches on my business plan. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to make an operating agreement. So first thing you want to list is your name, the business name. Well, first the business name, address, registered agent, and business purpose. Okay. You want to decide and note if it's going to be member managed or manager managed. And in the state of Missouri, where I live, I had to indicate that when I was applying for my license. So member managed means that you have to be a member to run the company. Manager managed means that the organization can promote someone who's not a member to run the company. You want to indicate ownership. If there's more than one owner, if you are the owner, what does that even mean? Ownership, like what are you responsible for? Okay. Tax treatment, contributions to the LLC. I'm going to actually go through my business plan and tell you some of the stuff that I have in here. So for my executive summary, I have Melanality LLC is a apparel brand operating to purchase, own, hold, create, market, manufacture, and sell the creative designs of the members within the state of Missouri and all other legal acts permitted limited liability companies. Okay, so all that's just saying what I intend to do with my brand. Sell clothes. Then I go over ownership. What type of company is it? It's an LLC. Just jot down the definition of that. The management. So I put the name of the company, the address, all that good stuff. The company forecast, the objective of Melanality, the objective of your company. And I have mine there. And then I also have my role, my experience, kind of like what you would write at the top of your resume or like a summary of your resume, why you qualify to run your own business, things like that, how you have expertise in whatever field this is. If it's a catering business, where did you start cooking, things like that. Do you have a degree, a culinary certificate or degree or whatever they issue? If you're teaching a foreign language business or whatever it is, what makes you qualify for that? Then management details. For instance, I am the owner and director of operations, so I will make the final decisions on projects. You need to indicate what that role will entail. All contractors, employees will report to me, and that I am the sole determinant for all marketing products and operational decisions. All freelance marketing assistants, lawyers, copywriters, manufacturers, accountants, and contractors must get approval through me. I am the Okay. And then I have my head of IT or IT director who is responsible for all the network, web functionality, posting this video, all of those things, and their qualifications. Then I have the company assets. What does Melanality own right now at the start of this? Well, we have MacBooks, we have iPad Pros, we have whatever it is that you have that you own, and their estimated worth or value you can indicate there. The company product. What is your product? Describe that. What are you selling? You might want to describe that there. Target market. Who are you trying to reach? So for Melanality, I am trying to reach women like myself, women that have either been neglected by mainstream fashion companies, women that are a part of like a distinguished culture and want to wear clothing that is both classy and artistic. We don't quite fit into the whole branding of cheap clothing. I am not a Fashion Nova chick. Not saying that I don't wear anything from Fashion Nova, but I'm a professional woman and I wear professional women clothing. Not to say that they don't offer that. I'm saying that what I'm saying is there's gaps and holes. Like there's a space between your Fashion Nova and your Banana Republic where I kind of would like to lie, and people that are conscious about the culture and about diversity and branding and about being classy, classy and cute. I don't think that they have to contradict each other. I do think that clothes can be multifunctional. I do think that there is ability to wear something out shopping and to wear it to the gym. I do think that there is clothing that you can wear to work and then after work, to dinner. Like those are the types of things that I'm trying to pursue, and I'm trying to brand it to someone who can relate to me then, more so, and it's not trying to be a video vixen. I just can't do the whole everything hanging out, It's just not how I get down. So that's who my brand is appealing to, and my target market is the educated chick like me who wants to be cute, wants to be youthful, but also carries herself with class and dignity and respect and all of those things that I'm not saying that certain brands don't. I'm just saying that's my target market. So you want to figure out who your target market is and research them. Figure out what they like, what they do. If you're not them, I happen to be my target market. So yeah, it was pretty easy for me. But you still need to research because not everybody's going to have the same likes and everything, but they still may attach themselves to the brand. And you want everyone to feel welcome, right? If they feel a desire to be a part of something. And I think that as a Black woman, that's something that like in this day and age, we kind of keep saying over and over again. We want to buy your stuff. Please make our shade. And I just kind of feel like we should stop saying that. Like, I remember I used to work at a clothing store, and it was a lingerie, underwear, loungewear clothing store, and I used to do their inventory. And I remember Black girls coming in there like, girl, sis, what size do you wear? Like, none of this stuff fits. And I'm like, sis, I'm a large and I'm a size 6. Well, at the time. And so this ain't for us. And it's so many times when you've had to say that, in your life, you kind of get sick of it. So anyways, then the pricing strategy. How are you going to figure out where your prices should be? That's something. Marketing strategy. That means you got to figure out how you're going to get your brand out there. That is the biggest thing for me. So you want to talk to people, maybe consult with someone. This is something that maybe you could write somebody a check for, because this isn't something I don't like to do. And then also the competition. You have to study the competition. if you want to start a company, you need to know who your competition is, what makes them successful, where do they lack, why you don't want to use them, things like that. And for me, that's what I study. I study the competition. I have studied fashion for years. This is not something that I was just sitting up in my house and decided that I wanted to do, or that I want to be famous, or that I want to be on YouTube. This is not that situation. I have went to school for years. I went to school for fashion. I have went to school for marketing, and I see a real need in the marketplace. And so, what is it that you feel is missing? You know, in the marketplace, what is the competition doing that is making them successful or making them fail? What are you going to do differently? And those are things that I feel that I'm going to do differently. I feel like you should get what you pay for. I feel like when I go to major stores like Macy's and places like that, the really good quality stuff is totally overpriced. Very, very brand name driven, and definitely everything starts to look the same. They offer a lot of brands that honestly look the same. When Ivy Park launched, I bought a lot of Ivy Park things because I wanted to support a Black owned business, and then realized that the stuff was ugly. And I probably will get a lot of hate for that. But you know, I wanted to support it. I spent hundreds of dollars on it, and then realized, you know, this, like when I was going places, I live in a town that's predominantly white. And so, you know, you have to dress and look a certain way to get fair treatment. That's just is what it is. And when I was leaving the gym multiple times in my Ivy Park with my baggy pants on and that kind of stuff, I mean, I literally was getting horrible treatment at my local Aldi's. Like, it was like, and that's not even just it, but I really, you know, my son came to me like, why are you wearing daddy's clothes? Like, that's not good. So you have to figure out, okay, there's a lot of potential with this line. However, it's missing the bar, and it's nothing that really I feel is appealing to us women that are mature. You know, like, yes, we still work out, but we're not 15. We're grown women, so we need grown women clothing. Thanks. But yeah, figure out what that is. Then you want to figure out what's going to happen, worst case scenario, right? You need to know about distributions. First off, I skipped that. Contributions to the LLC, what you offer to the LLC, service, knowledge, money. What did you contribute? Distributions. What and when are the members going to take? How you getting paid? Are there going to be bonuses or not? Meetings, schedules, what is that going to look like? What is a day in the life of the business going to look like? Actions taken that need to be consented to by members in writing. You're going to be hiring people. They need to know what they need to contact you for. Liquidation and dissolution. What circumstances have to be in place for that to be the next step? Transferring ownership, circumstances and steps that should be taken. How to amend the operating agreement. What are the steps if you decide, okay, this doesn't work? Can you just decide it? Do you have to meet with people to decide it? Do they have to submit something in writing if this isn't working? Workload shared. Restrictions on working outside the LLP. That's good. If you're dealing with creatives like myself, what are the contracts looking like? Who else are they allowed to work with, and in what facet? Reinvesting profits, losses, partner authority. Okay. Do they get to spend on the line of credit or not? What happens, God forbid, if a partner dies or is disabled? You know, what happens when a partnership splits? Who gets the final say? Those are the type of things that you want to put in your business plan. So don't be super paranoid and stressed about making it. Just make it. Just every day, add a little bit to it. That's what I've done. That's what I'm doing. Add into it every day.